Hello everyone, with Jamaica here. Welcome to this brief Friday morning update about what's happening across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is 5:01 a.m. Friday, June 7, 2024. So we can still see that portions of the Greater Antilles, including Jamaica, are being plagued by the troughs clouds. We see a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity affecting sections of the Bahamas, Cuba, Hispaniola, sections of Jamaica, as well as the Cayman Islands. And if we take a look at the other infrared satellite images, we can see the thunderstorms associated with these clouds. You know, the sparkling white dots represent some amount of lightning strikes, if not lightning flashes. We can see one thunderstorm burst right there off to the southwest of Jamaica. Another one right here across portions of Haiti. All of that was affecting portions of Jamaica and now pushed off towards the east. Another thunderstorm burst right here across portions of the Bahamas. And another one right here to the west of the Cayman Islands. All of these associated with the troughs. And remember, let me always reiterate that these troughs can be very tricky. If we remember, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica has actually issued a flash flood warning 2 days ago about what's expected to happen. There was flash flooding reported, and there was expected that we would have received some more flash flooding taking place. But remember, even Thursday morning was dry and sunny, but by afternoon everything changed. Just to show you how tricky these troughs can be, we can have a lot of rainfall, we can have showers, we can have thunderstorms, we can have flooding, but at the same time, everything could clear out and bring more in the way of sunshine than anything else, having all the rainfall out to sea instead. We just have to take the forecast with a grain of salt and always be on the alert just in case we get some amount of flooding. As of the latest infrared satellite images showing the close-up of Jamaica, we can see the thunderstorms right there up to the southwest of the island for the most part. We could be having some amount of light rainfall taking place across sections of Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth as we speak. Unfortunately, we can't see much on the Cuban Doppler radar because the Cuban radar has been down since 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 1:30 a.m. Jamaica time. But we can see that as of 1:30 a.m., we were still being plagued by a lot of rainfall across the island, western Jamaica, southern and eastern Jamaica, where we see all of those greens and yellows that represent light to moderate to even some heavy rainfall. So we have to be depending on the Guantanamo Bay US military radar, and we can see all of the rainfall that is now pushing off towards Haiti, just like what we saw on the satellite images just now. But we do see that we still have some leftover blues and greens that represent rainfall affecting sections of Portland as we speak. We also have to be using the Cayman Islands radar to show us what's happening across western Jamaica. And the radar definitely confirms that we have those blues and greens that represent light to moderate rainfall across sections of St. Elizabeth, Hanover, and even sections of Westmoreland. Hopefully, the Jamaican radar gets up and running very soon. We have some comments coming in from our followers on our Instagram page. We have Julia.Ashman stating, raining in Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. We have Steph Brissett stating, still drizzling in Mobay. Underscore Chanel underscore 25 stating, raining in St. Elizabeth from last night. The U.S. National Hurricane Center's 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook still shows that there's no activity expected within the next 7 days as of their 1:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time update. That's about 12:01 a.m. Jamaica time. However, I like it how they have to be constantly adjusting the Atlantic tropical weather discussion, and they updated it around 1:05 a.m. last night. So 6:05 UTC is 1:05 a.m. And we can see in their special features that they stated heavy rainfall in the northwest Caribbean and Hispaniola. Divergent flow aloft and ample tropical moisture surging northward continues to generate a large area of showers and isolated thunderstorms affecting the Cayman Islands, Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, and the Bahamas. The storm activity can produce dangerous lightning, heavy downpours, and gusty winds. The soils remain saturated. Therefore, it is possible that more heavy rainfall may lead to flash flooding and mudslides, especially in mountainous terrain. The rainfall for Hispaniola and Cuba will be influenced heavily by daytime heating, the local sea breezes, and the mountain upslope lifting. Mariners should use caution due to the reduced visibilities in heavy rain, frequent lightning strikes, gusty winds near gale force during the strongest storms, and suddenly higher seas. So we see that they have to be constantly adjusting their forecast. Even 2 days ago, they didn't even mention Jamaica's name in their forecast. And it's not like the Hurricane Center's tropical weather discussion is always 100% accurate, but it's good to always, look to the main source of information. And they've stated that we're definitely going to be in for some more rainfall throughout the day today. If we take a look, we can actually see on the surface map the broken orange lines right here associated with the trough. You can see a tropical wave right here across the southern Caribbean affecting sections of the ABC Islands and Venezuela. Tropical waves affecting the northeastern portions of South America, and another one right here to the east of that. And if we take a look at the visible satellite images of the Atlantic as the sun is starting to come up on this Friday morning, we can see the sunlight pushing in from east to west, so it's definitely sunny across Africa and the main development region. Not yet sunny across the Caribbean as of 5:08 a.m. Jamaica time. But we do see the clouds associated with the trough still affecting portion of the Greater Antilles. As relates to the wind forecast for today, we know we have to be looking at the wind because the wind has a lot to do with the weather across Jamaica. We can still see that for the most part, the wind should be coming in from the east-southeast across the island, and both the Euro and the GFS models are in consensus with this. So anything that comes off of the sea from the east-southeast could be affecting sections of some eastern parishes, so Surrey, so Portland, sections of St. Andrew, Kingston, St. Thomas, southern parishes as well, so sections of St. Thomas, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clowna, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland. And you might be saying, but whether Jamaica, what about the direction that the clouds are flowing? We see that even as of this morning, most of the clouds are pushing towards the east. That's in the upper level flow. All of the thunderstorms are pushing off towards the east because of the trough. And we can see the thunderstorms pushing out towards the east right here to affect sections of Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. But we can also see that most of it is dying down. So as most of this starts to clear out as the sun comes up, we might see that flow from the east-southeast, and then we have that rainfall, especially during the afternoon, like what the Hurricane Center was predicting. Either way, we're definitely going to be in for some amount of rainfall, especially during the afternoon across the northern portion of the island, where we see those blues. So we know the greens represent up to 15 to 20 knot winds, and wherever we have the blues, that's where we're going to be having the least amount of wind. So we're going to be having those cumulus clouds piling up into medium level rain clouds, if not upper level cumulonimbus clouds. So maybe some thunderstorms again for northern and western parishes during the afternoon. You know, northern parishes are talking about Portland, St. Mary, St. Anne, Trelawney, St. James, and Hanover. Western parishes, you know, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Cornwall. So Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. And what are the models forecasting? We can see that as early as 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's actually 8 a.m. Jamaica time, we see some blues that represent rainfall across sections of the southern and the eastern portion of the island. We see some blues across sections of Clarendon, section of St. Thomas, that's on the Euro. GFS is showing something similar. So we know when we have agreement on both the models, the chances are higher for this actually happening. Skipping ahead now to about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 11 a.m. Jamaica time. We do see the blues that represent rainfall across sections of the island, especially the east, section of the south coast, section of the northern and western portions of the island. You were a bit more robust with the widespread rainfall across the island at that time. Then finally, by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 2 p.m. Jamaica time, we start to see the GFS making more sense than the Euro with where the rainfall is expected. So eastern, northern and western Jamaica, than southern Jamaica where we see those whites. Euro showing more of that rainfall across eastern, central and western Jamaica. We'll see which one of them wins at 2 p.m. Jamaica time. If the south coast is going to be picking up on that rainfall that the Euro has been forecasting. The Euro has been winning with the last few forecasts for the past couple of days. We'll see exactly how it goes. Either way, Both accumulated precipitation forecast maps from the Euro and the GFS are showing that within the next 24 hours, there's definitely going to be some more rainfall affecting the island, more than what we got last night. Or maybe less than what we got last night. Who knows? The trough is tricky. So we can see the Euro forecasting up to 1.07 or inches of rainfall across the east. The GFS showing 1.13 inches of rainfall across the same spot. So apparently eastern Jamaica is going to be picking up the most in the way of rainfall within the next 24 hours. Either way, we're indeed grateful that we're going to be receiving a rainfall. We just hope that there's no flooding taking place. And just to reiterate, when you are coming up on flooded roadways, if you're in the public transportation, the water is gushing, please ensure that you turn around, don't drown. Alright, so that's it for this morning. Stay tuned for another update this afternoon. Thanks for watching.